Hello, viewers. It's another beautiful day right here, and it is outnumbered on Oweleketv. My name is Ramsey Enoch, and I have Rachel Abioye. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning, Ramsey.
And I also have Michael Edikan. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Ramsey. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning, Michael.
All right, quickly, let's take you through the headlines that we have for the day. And don't forget that after the headlines, we'll also bring to you the major story, which we call the big story. And I'm starting with the Vanguard newspaper this morning. From the Vanguard, we have this first headline saying, Naira note scarcity, crunch worsen, banks ration cash across the counter. To this story, we have two riders. The first rider says that customers frustrated as banks shut ATM. Then the second rider to that story says that POS operators jack up charges, say they are sourcing cash outside the bank. There's been this problem. We thought it's over. But then, every day we keep hearing stories. Why won't they jack the charges when they go to source money from only God knows where? Well, this is not what we are expecting in this new year. All right, let me quickly move to the second story from the Vanguard newspaper this morning, where it says that Tinubu orders into alleged diversion of 585 million naira into private accounts. It's no longer news that the story has been flying. And of course, it is an allegation yet until otherwise proven. For whatever reason that has happened, we will get to know much later. And I'm just a rider to that very story. And the rider says that PDP, the People's Democratic Party, wants immediate sack, prosecution of minister. You can get the details of that on page 8. And finally, from here, it says from the Vanguard newspaper, Unilorin Covenant University says no fake professor on payroll. If there is no fake professor on payroll, then where have the professors come from? And that's the note you'll be taking this morning, all right, from the Vanguard newspaper. Let's get to the next paper now. Over to you, Michael.
Okay. It's still on our number, and the next paper we'll be taking this morning is the Guardian newspapers. As it the big story, federal government in fiscal dilemma over high inflation, low revenue as a FX crisis. That can be found on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And Tinubu orders probe of Edu, humanitarian ministry, over 37 billion naira and 535 million naira funds. That can be found on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. 5 dead, 30 others rescue as boat capsizes in River State. All, of course, can be found on page 29 of the Guardian's newspaper. Also, worsening insecurity, Ayoko blames killings on non-prosecution of perpetrators. That can be found on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And still, last story I'm going to be taking on the Guardian newspaper says Supreme Court affirms state have no regulatory powers on inland waterways. You can find that on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. You can ask the vendor so you can get to know more details on the Guardian newspaper. Over to you, Rachel.
Thank you, Michael. On the Nation's newspaper this morning, President orders probe of alleged 545 million naira fraud in humanitarian ministry. You can find that on page 7 of the Nation's newspaper. EFCC didn't take any documents away from our office, says Dangote. You can find that on page 6. Supreme Court, waterways belong to federal government. That's on page 7 of the Nation's newspaper. The big story of the Nation's newspaper this morning says 21 governorship appeals for hearing at Supreme Court this week. Under that story, Adebuti versus Abiodun to come up Thursday. Judgment likely on Kano, Lagos on Friday. That's much I'll be taking on the Nation's newspaper this morning.
All right, thank you very much, Rachel, for that. Let's quickly get to the next paper before we bring to you the big story. And the next paper is the Punch newspaper. Better Edu, Tinubu vows sanctions as anger grows over 585 million naira scandal. Right, it's everywhere. And I'm just a rider to that story, and it says that president will take appropriate punitive action, all right? The punitive action will be taken against infraction, says the federal government. You can actually get the details of that on page 2 of the paper. The second story says lawmakers budget fresh 30 billion naira. What is it for? For the National Assembly's renovation. All right, you can get the details of that from page 8. And I think the final one from here says Army deploys 206 generals, cancel 120 postings. And this is the much I will be taking this morning from the Punch newspaper. And as it is, we are going on a quick break. And when we return, we will bring to you the big story. And anytime we tell you it's a big story on Outnumber, know that it is actually big. Well, there are some people in this nation that are so greedy. I'm not saying they are the most greedy of all, but then you will get to know why we say they are greedy after this break. We will be back. Don't go nowhere.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back from that break. It is still Outnumbered live on your screen with Ramsey, Rachel, and of course, Michael, double R and M. And of course, let's quickly get to the big story that we have for today. When we say it's a big story, it's really big. I was asking someone behind the camera before we came up on air, and I was like, what is rice? For crying out loud. And the person said, rice is food. And I laughed. Everyone in the studio laughed. I want to say this, the value that some persons place on certain things, it's so amazing. Why is it amazing? Because of their class and because of the way they are being looked at in the society. Let's quickly go to the Guardian newspaper where the big story is. And the big story says, PDP accuses Kwara senators, reps of diverting federal government's rice. This is Kwara, all right? We are not saying it's only Kwara, but PDP is crying out now. But I don't know. Maybe you will be dropping your comments in the comment section so that we will know if this rice was shared in your place. Because it's PDP that is crying here. Did PDP share rice? We heard that the federal government actually gave out rice, but we never saw it. All right. As a matter of fact, let's make this known. Let's make it clear. Senators and House of Rep were given rights to share to Nigerians, all right, for the Christmas period. But then, after research, we're made to understand that a lot of people didn't get. And PDP is rising to the occasion in Kwara State. What about PDP in other states? What about APC? What about Labour Party? Who really shared this rise? And the most amazing part of it is this. You are stealing millions. Did I just say millions? You are stealing billions. All right? And you feel no one can ask you for it. The EFCC, the ICPC go after people that are not member of a particular group, as it were, not in all cases anyway. But then, people who were supposed to share rights and didn't share it, what should the federal government do? Or the federal government will keep quiet? The truth is this, it is an insult to this administration, all right? If you have been given rights, not that you're lacking rights. Is it that they want to sell it and keep the money, or they want to keep the rice and eat it until eternity? I don't know. So we will add our voice to the conversation. I think I should let Rachel in on the conversation at this very particular point in time. I don't know. Okay, let me start like this. did you get any rice from your house of member? I didn't get. In fact,
maybe from Oyo State, maybe you have gotten from Oyo.
I heard after the whole thing, when Christmas has come and gone, right? And more so that PDP is shouting it out now. Kwara State lawmakers, where is the rice that you were given to share to the people? People in Benue, Katsina, Akwa Ibom, where did they even share this rice in the first place?
Okay, so you're asking if I got rice. Well, it's quite unfortunate that it is this morning on the papers that I saw and heard that they actually shared rice during the Christmas period.
God.
Yes, it's on the papers I heard.
It was an audio.
So yes, audio rice. And on the video we actually saw bags of rice. So the question they sold the rice and whatever. How about other states? Please, I think I would love if Nigerians, if viewers right now are able to comment and say, yes, I got the rice. Let's even have people who actually got this rice. Because I'm just hearing it this morning. We didn't hear anything like that. It's like a new thing. The only thing we heard during the Christmas period was the transportation subsidy. That was the only thing I heard, which most Nigerians did not even, benefit from. So this rice of a thing, I'm just hearing, with the money these people are taking from us, with the kind of billions that are still, how much would they sell rice? Even if it is 1 million bags of rice, if they sell the rice, is it up to what they've been eating before?
But Rachel, do you know that this Christmas, it will amaze you that some persons could not even afford
that is the thing.
Rice to eat in their home.
Some private firms were even doing better than government.
Do you understand? Some families did not eat rice. They just celebrated Christmas like every normal day. They just prepared what they have in their house. And now we're hearing that federal government actually shared rice. And now this is lawmakers now selling. My question is, when you sold the rice, what's the money you got from it? How much the amount? Is it compared to what you've been stealing? Every day we keep hearing stories of there are two things. There's either they sold the rice for their own personal benefit, they sold the rice to pocket the money, or they shared it within themselves to their okay, this one are PDP women, APC women. I did not say I didn't possible. Yes, it's possible.
It's possible.
This one women are our cabal waiting, and then they shared it between themselves. Who knows? No one knows the story, but what I know is that I did not hear about rice until this morning on the papers. And I did not see anyone. So I'd like for people to come if you actually got the rice.
All right, let me get to Michael at this point in time. Michael, the story, the handwriting on the wall is so clear. But then, do you think anything is going to come out of this? Because if I give you something to share, all right, I am sending you on an errand. And if I send you on an errand, you can dodge responsibility, but you cannot dodge accountability. All right, so as it were, do you think anything will come out of this, or the president or the federal government that has sent these people and they didn't deliver the message for which they were sent should do something? And who do you think is most appropriate, all right, to have been given this responsibility as it's now?
Now, over time in Nigeria, thank you, Ramson. Over time in Nigeria, we've gotten, a palliative sent either to the governors of the state, to take it to their people. And now, a rice package for a new year or a Christmas, however you want to put it, has been given to a representative of the people. That was what Rachel was saying of Kamara. In a self society, they are the people to take this to their people.
Yes.
They are representing federal constituencies. They are representing. So these people have been disappointing Nigerians. A common thing like rice. That's like Rachel was saying. This, you can feed your family, you can feed your extended family.
Their generation.
The salaries you will be getting.
Not just their family, their generation.
The poor Nigerians are suffering. They can't even see rice to eat. If you go to the market, one module of rice is 1,500 naira. And the module cannot even feed a 5-family member at a time. So how long will Nigerians continue to suffer? And if the federal government wanted to, out of maybe intervention, to the lack of rice, lack of food insufficiency is high in this country. It is high time the federal government knows that sending House of Reps members and senators are the wrong set of people, to be giving things back to the people. We have 774 local government areas in Nigeria. We have a body called Algon, where all local government chairman of this country,
local government,
where all local government of this chairman of this country, our body is a national body. These people are close to the villages. They are closer to the people.
So in essence, what you're trying to say is
They should practice, they should touch the 30 of government, which has to do with the people.
But
Chairman should be the
Michael,
1%.
the thing is, if it's in a sane country, if the normal thing
Is Nigeria
done, I will become sane one day. But the normal thing to be done, the normal process would be the lawmakers. If you want to pass through,
Accepted, but the reality is facing us right now that the coconuts, I would say, they take it to their party. Some will first of all say to their political party.
Yes.
There's also the chairman of the party, ward chairman, women leader, this and that. Before they think they even go back to the people, how about people that are not interested in the party?
they cannot afford it.
the reason why they are even doing all of this is because some of them even have the intention of coming back again.
They want to use that to
bribe people.
So this is corruption. So they all the rights. All the rights so that when it's time for campaign, they use that campaign.
Remember what
they change their backs. They change the backs of the rights and print their faces to the back.
Exactly. So many things.
Absolutely goes wrong. They are not the right sort of people to handle that.
They are not the right set of people to handle that. And this is where the problem is. This is where the issue lies. Because you have an intention, you put people into so many things that, well, we cannot even talk on air right now. Do you know that, Michael, it will amaze you that what some private firms were doing, the federal government couldn't do.
More community at the level. Now, if government wanted to do their own, should that be, we should be crying out now?
But let me ask you, Rachel, as it is right now, do you think the federal government should just keep quiet? Do you think anything will come out
They've
of
been
this?
keeping quiet, Ramsey. They've been keeping quiet, and they'll continue keeping quiet. Not be swear, not because. But they'll continue keeping quiet. Because even the government we're talking about, are they the same? Can they hold themselves? Okay, now government have given rights to these people. It's not just so that, just to fulfill our righteousness. We did transportation subsidy during Christmas.
And we
gave
gave
out
out
rights. What happens after then? Do they ask questions? How do these things got to these people? Who are the people that got this rights? Do they even know how they haven't shared the rights? Their own is, we've given them. And the thing is, you see this rights thing that I said they've given now. When the federal government wants to bring out the budget for that rights now that they've given to the people, you will see the kind of money they'll write them for this same rights that went back to them. Yes, the rights that went back to them. Because it's still the federal government, the same government now that gave out the rights that still took it back.
All right. The same government that gave out the rights still took it back. But then it is so appalling and it is so embarrassing. And I think this is a shame, all right, on the lawmakers. What we are saying right now is that the lawmakers should come out to defend themselves, all right? If you actually distributed this rice in your constituency,
let the people, not just the lawmakers, let the people come out and say, I've got rights from the federal government.
Now, the problem, the accusation is coming to the lawmakers that they didn't do what they were asked to do. So they should come out. They should come out and prove it if they give out this right. Because it is bad. If private organizations, we know of private organizations, all right, that give out rice, give out oil, give out wine to their staff. And this is what the federal government is even supposed to be doing. And it's been initiated. Then someone at the middle is diverting this. Man, I don't know. But then this is so uncalled for. And this is a disgrace and embarrassment if the lawmakers actually diverted this rice. Well, this is the size of Outnumbered today. You can just get to the comment section and drop your comments, your reactions, and we will take it from there. Thank you very much for being part of Outnumbered with Ramsey, Rachel, and of course, Michael. We will come on your way again. Have a beautiful day and bye-bye for now.